Filip Hrgovic and Moses Itauma, the face-off just dropped. And I must say, from the little clips I've seen doing the rounds on social media, it looks like things got a little bit heated, man. It looks like someone definitely got rattled. But you know what? I want to watch the whole face-off myself. I want to react to it. I want to give my take on it, yeah? Because boxing is all about the psychological warfare. So I want to see who walks away from this face-off with the psychological edge. So this video today, my people, is going to be a little bit longer. So please bear with me as I will be reacting to the face-off. If you like it, towards the end, my people, do me a favor, smash the likes, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching on mobile, please hype up the channel. It's so important, so vital, my people. That's how you're gonna help the channel to grow. So please go ahead, do all the above. Yeah, it's not gonna cost you a single penny, my people. So without further to say, let's get into this bloody face-off.
He says his team will solve the Hrgovic puzzle. What is the puzzle? What are your biggest assets, do you think? We see you as possibly the best three-round heavyweight on the planet with your power. What is it that's going to trouble Itauma?
Oh, we'll see, but I think yeah, I'm the best opponent he faced. I think he never been until now in the ring with someone like me with that kind of experience, endurance, toughness, power. So let's see how good he is. Everyone.
Listen, man, Hrgovic is definitely not wrong, is it? This, for Moses Itauma, is definitely the biggest test of his career, man. You know what I mean? Moses Itauma has not yet faced a caliber fighter as Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic is the real deal. I know there's people out there that doubt Filip Hrgovic, and you know what I mean, the question is his fitness, his stamina, etc., etc. But what we must say is, what we must all admit is, give props to Filip Hrgovic, man. The guy is a world-class fighter, Olympian. He's faced all types of different styles, man. You know what I mean? So he's gonna be problems for Moses Itauma. Let's not get shit twisted, my people. Let's not get shit twisted.
Everyone says he's a future superstar, future Lennox Lewis.
I mean, you believe it as well, Doc.
Let's see.
Do you believe?
Oh, hey, listen, that's sneaky, you know. That is sneaky from Moses Itauma, you know. That is mind games. Did you hear what Moses Itauma said? He said to Filip Hrgovic, do you believe it? Hrgovic is trying to play like, you know, he's trying to little bro Moses Itauma by saying like, yo, this guy's a hype job. Everyone believes it's this, you know. I don't. But Moses Itauma is like kind of like putting it back on him, saying, bro, you believe that too. Don't act like you don't believe I'm the next guy. Stop acting as if just everyone else believes it. So do you. Yeah? You just might not want to admit it right now on camera, but deep down, you know I'm the next best thing. I'm the next guy. I'm the guy that's going to carry the heavyweight division for the next decade. So, yeah, that is a little psychological play there by Moses Itauma. He's 21 years old, but listen, man, he can play the mind games too. You know what I mean? He's got a great mind on him for such a young lad.
Do you believe he's that good?
We'll see. I don't know. For right now, I'm not impressed. I must see something more than this to believe he's a real deal. So let's see.
Of course, Hrgovic is not going to say, yo, I believe he's the real deal too. I believe he's the next best thing. He's fighting him next. You know what I mean? He's not going to admit it, but I'm sure deep down, Hrgovic does have a respect for Moses Itauma. He definitely does.
What are you not impressed with?
I never see him receive a real punch. I never see him in a dangerous situation. Never see him struggling. So in his boxing career and his life, everything so far was like easy. And he was a youth world champion, me as well. But I had a hard journey in
Listen, has Filip Hrgovic actually told any lies there? There were no lies told. Yeah, Moses Itauma has so far in his pro career has had it fairly easy, right? He's faced a lot of cab drivers. He's faced washed up fighters that coming towards the end of their careers. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of had a little easy run. Listen, no fight is easy, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean. When we say easy, you know what I mean, yeah? It hasn't been in there with a top 10 ranked fighter in the heavyweight division. I think that's what Filip Hrgovic is alluding to, you know, and we can all agree to that. That is actually the truth. You know, Moses Itauma has not yet been tested. So, Filip Hrgovic, I like the way he's speaking. He's just being honest, you know what I mean? I don't even think there's any mind games there. He's just being honest, you know?
Fighting like a lion to come in this position, you know. I'm from a small country where there's no boxing on the map, so he was, of course, he worked hard, but his road is much easier than mine. So I think he's never been in the ring with someone like me.
You know what, yeah? Listening to Filip Hrgovic and what he had to say there, about him coming from Croatia. Croatia is a very small country, yeah? And also Croatia, yeah, they punch above their weight when it comes to many sports, like even in football. You know what I mean? I think Croatia are a nation of, like, I don't know, the population is like maybe 5 or 6 million. It's not that big. But like they're going to, like in terms of football, soccer, they're going to the finals. They produce really great players. For such a small nation, they really punch above their weight. Even in the Olympics, they do really well. And Filip Hrgovic has made a great point there, yeah? He's from Croatia, unknown, yeah? He's had to fight tooth and nail to get to where he is. He's not like one of these British fighters, American fighters, you know what I mean, who are well promoted, well marketed, and pushed to the front of the queue. This guy really had to put the work in to get to where he is, and you have to respect that. And I never really knew a lot of these stories about Filip Hrgovic, but as I'm studying him, as I'm doing a tape study, as I'm doing a fight breakdown on him, I'm working on a tape right now, I've come to realize that, yo, this guy, he's got a special story. Do you know what I mean? So respect to Filip Hrgovic, man.
I don't think yours has been particularly easy. You've taken yourself out to spar with all the great heavyweights in the world. You had that cracking, unbeaten amateur resume, now a young professional. Do you think you've had soft touches on the way that maybe he's implying?
I'm really not bothered because at the end of the day, me and Hrgovic are going to fight. If he thinks that I'm a soft touch, I mean, he's gonna find out soon. I don't think Hrgovic really knows my story. It ain't been an easy road. It's not been an easy road, for sure. And Hrgovic has definitely earned his stripes. I'll give him respect for that. Like, he's done a lot of things that I haven't done. But when I boxed Dillian White, or when Dillian White was doing his thing, I ain't even started boxing yet. So it's not about how long you've been doing it, but it's how well you've been doing it.
Listen, man, that's a really good response, you know. That's a very mature response from a 21-year-old. I mean, listen, can we just give some props to Moses Itauma? Like, this kid is 21. He's 21 years old. Listen, I'm 36 years old. I'm about to turn 37 in September, yeah? And when I was 21, I don't think I had the level of maturity that Moses Itauma has right now at this age. You know what I mean? Like, I was like in the Wild Wild West, man. I was running crazy at 21. But this kid, like, he's got his head screwed on, man. You know, like, really giving good responses. And I like what he said, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about your experience, like, it's how you use your skills. You know what I mean? Really good responses there from Moses Itauma, man. You gotta respect this kid, man. He's really, really mature, man. Listen, I'm always impressed by Moses Itauma in the boxing ring, but outside of it, like, the guy, you know, can articulate himself very well as well.
What Hrgovic thinks of me, I don't care. I don't care, because in 10 weeks' time, the truth shall prevail. And,
That's the truth.
And the truth shall prevail.
That's the only truth, man. His team can analyze whatever they want. My team can analyze, but in 10 weeks we'll see.
True.
And whole world can believe in him, and it's not gonna help him. Or whole world can believe in myself, it's not gonna help me. So it's just me and him, and that's the only truth. You said good. You're young, but you're smart.
Listen, that's exactly what I just said. You know, even Hrgovic acknowledges that Moses Itauma, even though he's young, he's an intelligent young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you listen, just look at the 21-year-olds that are around you right now, that are in your life. Like, do they behave and conduct themselves and articulate themselves like Moses Itauma? I don't think so. He's a smart kid, man. And listen, the future's bright for him no matter what happens in this upcoming fight against Filip Hrgovic.
Wise head on young shoulders already. Do you think you have the smarts, the skills, the speed, southpaw know-how to deal with not just Filip Hrgovic, but anyone out there?
Do you know what you've just said? Like, I won't need that to beat Filip Hrgovic. What I need is to exploit his weaknesses, to exploit his tendencies. And to exploit his tendencies, I don't need to have speed, I don't need to have power, I don't need to have all the attributes you just said.
Listen, hey, bro, I'm not sure I agree with Moses Itauma there, man. What do you mean you don't need speed, power? Of course you need that. Those are one of your greatest attributes: speed, power, and accuracy and precision. Do you know what I mean? And your reflexes and your footwork and your angles. Those are your greatest assets. What do you mean you don't need it? Of course you need it. What are you talking about, man? Again, man, it's the mind games, man. It's the mind games. A lot of mind games being played here, man. But listen, I don't agree with that little line there from Moses Itauma, man.
You're back with Abel Sanchez in Big Bear, wonderful trainer, of course, who guided Gennady Golovkin up at altitude. This is serious, Filip, isn't it?
If Filip Hrgovic is back at Big Bear, mate, he's taking these fights absolutely serious. Like, that means, yeah, if up in Big Bear at altitude, all that snow, whatever, I don't know, I've seen some of the best fighters of all time training up there. Do you know what I mean? Golovkin used to train up there. So many fighters go up and train up at Big Bear at altitude. Yeah, Filip Hrgovic, listen, man, he's taking these fights absolutely serious. And especially with the IBF title now on the line, he's not leaving no stones unturned. This is dangerous for Moses Itauma, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. Listen, some of the predictions might be changing.
Back and straight into training at Big Bear.
It's good to be active. You know, that I had just finished my camp. I had easy fight and straight back to the camps.
Did he just say easy fight? Nah, he's taking a piece out of Dave Allen. Dave Allen, Filip Hrgovic just called you an easy fight, man. Come on, man. Crazy.
So it's good for me. I'll be in great shape.
David Adelaide, Joe Joyce before that, Dave Allen, of course. You're used to British opponents. Did have that defeat to Daniel Dubois. I know it hurt you and mentally you felt you weren't right in that. How have you got through that? And how better do you feel now?
Joyce, Adelaide, Allen, and now Moses. So I must beat 4 English guys in a row for these 4 goals what we received in a football game.
That's a nice analogy. What about Dubois though? Have you got through Dubois? Is that just done now and it's moving forward? You're 34. You can't lose this fight, can you?
Yeah, this loss was bothering me for a long time. You know, I needed like 1 year to recover from that. It was big upset for me.
Yeah, listen, I remember, the fight Hrgovic against Dubois. I do remember Hrgovic going into that fight as the favorite. You know what I mean? Not like a clear favorite, big favorite, but he was the favorite because a lot of people actually, he had the better fundamentals, he's the better boxer, better skills than Dubois. But after watching that fight, the tactics that Dubois applied in that fight, like leading with his head, a lot of headbutts that caused, the cuts on Hrgovic. But obviously when they stopped the fight, the doctor stopped the fight because of the cuts and, they gave the win to Dubois. But actually rewatching the fight, because I am working on a fight breakdown. I'm doing a film study for Hrgovic and Itauma. Rewatching the fight, I saw a lot of headbutts, from Dubois that really had a major impact on Filip Hrgovic, you know what I mean? So Hrgovic, listen, that defeat against Dubois, it hurt him a lot. Like he said, took him a year to recover. Everyone expected him to win that fight. Dubois was dangerous, but let's keep it real. A lot of us expected Hrgovic to win that fight. And if he beat Dubois in that fight, he would have become IBF champion because Usyk dropped the belt straight after that fight. So, yeah, sad times for Hrgovic. But listen, I'm happy that he's back in the big time and he's fighting for a world title.
And it's got to be better against a guy of Moses' talent.
I'll be in the best shape ever and I'm gonna beat this guy.
Listen, I therefore think, yeah, Hrgovic is going to bring his A game. Like, training it up in Big Bear, he's going to bring his A game. And listen, it's going to be a tough fight for Moses Itauma. I don't think a lot of you guys are realizing this.
How do you beat him?
I'll beat him. However, doesn't matter. Knockout or the points, but I'm going to definitely beat him.
Ooh. Knockout. Filip Hrgovic is going for the knockout against Moses Itauma. Listen, who's to say he can't get it? Like, we haven't seen Moses Itauma's chin get checked. Like, Hrgovic could be the first guy to check that chin. And, we don't know how Moses Itauma is going to react. How does he take a big punch? We're going to find out. But Hrgovic is going for that knockout, man. He wants that KO.
15 knockouts on the record. Do you think it's that experience, the long fights with the likes of Zhilei Zhang, and do you think it's just that you'll know too much from Moses?
That was a good
I
fight.
think, yeah, he's not the biggest fight of my career. I think I had much tougher test in WSB and amateurs, like a very young kid. A lot of pressure on my...
Ooh, listen, I don't know, man. Like, I think this is the biggest fight of Filip Hrgovic's career. I think so. It's the biggest fight of both fighters' careers because you're fighting for the title. I get it, he fought in the Olympics, but he won the bronze medal, didn't he? And he fought some European championship, whatever. But come on, this is for the world championship, man. This is a heavyweight gold, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the Filip Hrgovic. I hear what you're saying, yeah. I know you're trying to play mind games, but trust me, this is the biggest fight of your career, mate. Because if you beat Moses Itauma, who's one of their highly rated young prospects, who's someone that's been, highly regarded as someone that's going to carry the heavyweight division for the next decade, Hrgovic, trust me, this is the biggest fight of your life, yeah? Or not only would you become champion of the heavyweight division, if you beat Moses Itauma, in the process, you're going to be, halting the career of, a very good, very solid young prospect in Moses Itauma. Like, do you know what I mean? You're going to be the guy to give him his first L. And that's another big deal as well. So there's a lot of motivation for Filip Hrgovic going into this fight.
Myself in many fights with Zhang, with Dubois, so I think he's just a kid. He's talented, he's...
oh my God, you just called him a kid.
quick, but I don't think he's toughest opponent I faced. So
I think he's the
toughest
toughest
fight, not his toughest opponent.
I'm happy you think that, innit?
You look very relaxed. You don't seem too bothered.
I mean, every press conference or every face-to-face, this is all the same script. He's just a young kid, he's this, he's that. None of them send the end bell. So it's just the same script. I don't mind.
Man, listen, this is different. This ain't the same script, man. And listen, I like the calmness of Moses Itauma. It's very calm, very relaxed, but I know in the inside, like, he's rumbling. I know in the inside he's feeling the nerves because think about it, man. Listen, the world title's on the line. Yeah, Filip Hrgovic is the highest ranking fighter he's ever faced. If you look at all the rankings, Filip Hrgovic is I think is above Moses Itauma in all of them. You know what I mean? This is a high caliber fighter, like a highly skilled Olympian in Filip Hrgovic. So, of course, Moses Itauma is gonna be nervous in the inside, but on the outside, he's going to play the poker face. He's not going to allow anyone to see, kind of see the chink in his armor. You know what I mean? But listen, I can tell you right now, being a boxing coach, he's flipping nervous inside, man.
Man, like, you think what you want, innit? Like, once the bell rings and you feel that first punch, you know what I mean? It's going to hit you. You'll be like, okay, he's just a kid, but he's got something. We'll see.
But listen, Moses Itauma, when he says, once the bell goes and that punch hits you, we'll see. Mate, we could flip it the other way around as well. What happens when Hrgovic lands his big right hand on your chin? What then? So listen, it could go both ways, man. But I hear what Itauma is saying.
See.
But you remember what Rocky said, it's not how much you can punch, but how much you receive and keep moving forward, right?
Nonsense. I'll tell you one thing in boxing. I don't know why you've been praised to have a good chin. That's not something you should be praised for. Like, I get so much hate because people saying I ain't been hit on the chin.
taking it back.
I ain't that a good thing?
In my eyes, yeah.
Chin is the most important thing in boxing, man. Without good chin, you can't be great.
If you don't get hit,
Or you'll get hit in some point. You'll get hit.
not
You can't,
right.
Listen, that's true. Listen, young Moses Itauma, I know you're feeling confident. I know you're feeling yourself. You know, I know, listen, you rate yourself highly, but trust me, the chin is important. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know, at some point in your career, you're going to get hit. Come on, Usyk go hit. Mayweather, one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time, go hit. Of course you're going to get hit, Moses. And, you know, if you don't have a chin, you're not going to have a long career, just like Filip Hrgovic just said. So I don't agree with Moses Itauma what he said there.
Like,
you can't box for 20 years to don't get hit.
not under the bright lights.
You must get hit sometimes, and if you don't have chin, you can be a great fighter.
I'll hit you before you hit me.
Yes, so what if I don't react?
Then
I
we'll
keep coming
switch.
forward.
You know what, yeah? That's a very valid point that Hrgovic just made. What happens when Moses Itauma lands that big left hand and Hrgovic is still standing in front of him? Hrgovic is still coming forward. They get to the 5th, 6th round. Hrgovic is still coming forward. What then? Moses Itauma has never been in deep waters, man. He's never been taken to the trenches. How would he react with a world-class fighter like Hrgovic in front of him, popping that jab, right hand, pushing him back onto the ropes when he's in the later rounds, and Moses Itauma is fatigued, he's feeling tired. The fitness is kind of gone. You know what I mean? He gets wobbled by a big right uppercut. What then? Man, so many questions that need answers to. And I think, my people, we are going to get the answers definitely during this fight.
That's fine. We'll see.
I fought Olympic champions, world champions, everyone. I spar everyone. I never was on the ground. No one ever knocked me out. So I don't think this guy will knock me out. Only problem that bother me is if these eyes open again.
And you
That's one of my concerns as well. Filip Hrgovic has scar tissue, I think, on his left eye. Yeah, he's got a lot of scar tissue there, and he's had a lot of problems with it. And he's been cut up in fights. We've seen against Dubois, he's been cut up. Against Zhang, I think he got cut up. Even Dave Allen, even though he smoked Dave Allen, but the little right hand that Dave Allen landed, he got a little cut on Hrgovic. So it doesn't really take much for Hrgovic to get cut up. And if in this fight, if he gets cut up early by Moses Itauma sees that blood, smells the blood, I think Itauma will go for the jugular. He'll go for the finish. You know, so Hrgovic, the cut definitely affect him during fights, and they go against him. We've seen this so many times. But one thing about Hrgovic, he's got a great chin. Never been knocked out. I don't think he's been knocked down. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I've never seen him get knocked down. You know what I mean? So he's a tough fighter, Hrgovic, man. Like, you have to give him props for that.
To be a great fighter, you must have a great chin.
I agree.
You can't be a great fighter without the chin.
And don't you think that is something that is in the tick box, that a chin
We
is
don't
needed?
know what chin he got.
I remember speaking to Richard Riakporhe, and we was like, I asked him a question. I said, how do you think you can get a chin like Golovkin? And he said, bro, it's best not to find out. That's the simple thing. Like, I'd rather hit him before he hits me.
The art of boxing.
100%. It's about.
Listen, man, you're always gonna get hit, man. Like I said, Mayweather got hit on the chin. Everyone gets hit on the chin, man. Roy Jones got hit on the chin. Bernard Hopkins got hit on the chin, man. Mike Tyson, man. The list goes on. You're gonna get hit on the chin. At the end of the day, it's about how you can take that punch. You know what I mean? Can you recover after getting dropped? That's what it's all about.
Richard Riakporhe.
So who's better, Golovkin or Richard Riakporhe? How he can talk about Golovkin, man?
Do you think Moses just doesn't quite know enough yet about professional boxing and that he's going to find out?
I think you didn't have any elite fight, right? In elite levels?
No.
Straight from youth level to professional boxing, and he fought no one in professional boxing. So, of course, he doesn't have experience. But we don't know.
No, you're disrespecting.
I wouldn't say Dempsey McCain. I wouldn't say.
You know what? Yeah, I think Hrgovic makes another really good point. You know, Moses Itauma hasn't really taken that route of like British champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion. Do you know what I mean? What you know, AJ done, what Fury done. He hasn't really taken that route. Like, I wish he did, because he would have given him so much more experience. But I guess he's such a big character. Like, you know what I mean? His name is out there. He's a really talented fighter. And Matchroom and Uncle Frank, they just want to push him to the front. You know what I mean? They don't even want to navigate those other routes. Like, they just, let's just go for the biggest price. You know what I mean? Let's capitalize now. But I did wish that he went through those other routes as well. European champion, British champion, Commonwealth champion. He would have gained so much more experience. But listen, it's too late now, isn't it? He's in a IBF World Championship fight.
Say Dillian White, I wouldn't say Jermaine Franklin are nobodies. I mean, Dempsey McCain took you a number of rounds.
Come on, you're disrespecting my opponents now. You're disrespecting Dillian White. You're disrespecting Dempsey McCain.
Dillian White was over the hill. Everyone knows that. Franklin came totally unprepared. So over the hill. He's old already. So,
but on August the 29th...
They were good names, but far, you know, over the hill.
What was you doing at 21?
Me?
Ooh, Hrgovic. Oi, Itauma's like, Hrgovic, what was you doing at 21? What was you doing at 21, buddy? Mind games. Let's listen to Hrgovic's response.
I was boxing WSB.
There you go.
Harder fights than...
And I was 20 years old and you was boxing on my undercard.
Ah.
Give me some prep.
And at 21...
Give me some prep.
Yo. Mind games. Itauma said, and I was 20, you was boxing on my undercard. Checkmate. Yo, that's a major move, man. That's a power play right there, man. I mean, how does Hrgovic come back from that? Oh my days, yo. This young man, he knows his stuff, man. Let's listen to Hrgovic's comeback.
If I was British,
give me some
if I
props.
was British, you were boxing on my undercard.
Give me some props,
imagine if you didn't come to Great Britain. Where are you from? From Slovakia, right? Imagine if you stay in Slovakia.
Oh, hold on. Moses Itauma, yeah, he's Slovakian. Is Moses Itauma actually British? I think he is British, isn't he? But he was born in Slovakia, right? But listen, man, Filip Hrgovic makes a great point there, yeah? Imagine you were still in Slovakia. Where would you be? Like, if I was British, you'd be boxing on my undercard. Like, if you flip the script, if Filip Hrgovic was British, he'll be big, innit? He'll be up there with the Ages and Furies, innit? Seriously, he would. If you look at his resume, you look at his achievements, you know, from the amateurs, Olympics, and what he's done at European level, Hrgovic would definitely be talked as one of the big names, innit? Because if you look at how British fighters are marketed, how they're promoted, the money that's behind them, Hrgovic would be definitely much bigger than he is today if he was British. That's just fact. I'm just keeping it real, man. Come on, let's keep it real. Let me know in the comments, man. Like, I think Hrgovic makes some great points there.
No one would ever heard of you, man.
True.
So you're from Great Britain. You got everything.
Yep.
You was youth world champion. I was myself, but no one didn't give a about me because I was Croatian.
Deep.
You know. So it's different.
Deep. That's deep. Talk to him. You know what I mean? Come on, Filip Hrgovic, man. Talk to the kid, man. Tell him how it is, man. That's deep, man. Listen, that's not even mind games, bro. That's just a grown man talking right there. Forget the mind games. That is a grown man talking, man. Like, he's schooling Moses Itauma right now, man. He's giving him game, bro. Nah, I felt that. That run, that's deep, mate. That's deep, mate. You know what I mean? That's some serious shit.
I don't really disrespect you. This is just the truth. You know,
Yeah, that's the
it's
truth,
different when you come from Croatia, when you come from Great Britain. This is the biggest boxing country in the world. So
Agreed.
it's easy for you guys to make superstars, but that's the truth. I'm not disrespecting you, but that's the truth.
Listen, you know what, yeah, I'm starting to like Filip Hrgovic a little bit more, man. You know what I mean? I like this guy, man. Like, the way he just conducted himself in his face-off. Man, listen, Filip Hrgovic, what a character. What a great guy, man. You gotta respect him. You gotta respect him.
Gotta say, at 21 years old, I've beaten some good names.
You have?
I've beaten some good names. And I even knocked out a guy, one of my easiest fights, I knocked him out in 1 round that you went 11 rounds with or 12 rounds with.
After I beat
Give me some props, man.
after I beat him.
Listen, man, styles make fights, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Styles make fights.
Give me some props. You went 12 rounds with him, 11 rounds with him, whatever.
Yeah,
I done it in 1 round.
So what?
So what I'm trying to say is give me some props.
I don't give you any props.
Oi, oi, Moses, how you asking the man to give you some props, man? He's your up right now. Do you know what I mean? You two are gonna get in the ring and try to take each other's heads off. Of course, he's not gonna give you no props. He ain't gonna give you no props. Maybe after the fight, yeah, but he ain't giving you no props, man. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, man. This is the bit where I feel like, you know, it's getting a bit, you know, a bit deep now, a bit personal.
No.
Yes, of course, we'll see. But I don't buying that story, that hype. I'm not buying that.
Don't buy it, you'll see it.
We'll see. Yeah.
Don't buy it, you'll see it.
If you beat me like this, like you beat these guys, congratulations, you're next great heavyweight. So we'll see.
Until then,
You'll
no
see.
props.
Until then, no, I didn't see nothing. If you beat me like you beat Dempsey McKean or like you beat Franklin, amazing. Handshake, respect. But I'm not buying that when you beat Jermaine Franklin, who came totally unprepared.
Fair enough.
We'll see.
Fair
Like
enough.
he said, we'll see in 10 weeks.
We'll see. August the 29th, the litmus test, the step up for you. Huge night at the O2. What happens?
In there on August 29,
Tell him.
it's not gonna be Britain or Croatia, it's just gonna be me and him, and we'll fight like 2 men, and that's it. Right?
Agreed.
Prediction?
Win.
God, I'm gonna beat this guy. I'm gonna beat this guy. I wanna beat you. That's it. No, I'm gonna.
Itauma Hrgovic, August the 29th.
Let's go.
And as you boys said, the truth is in the ring. We will find out.
Listen, man, I really enjoyed that face-off, man. That was a really good face-off. One of the best face-offs I've seen in a very long time, you know. And I feel like both fighters came across as very genuine. Both fighters were obviously at moments during that face-off trying to get under each other's skins, playing psychological warfare. You know what I mean? The whole time Hrgovic was playing on Moses Itauma's lack of experience. You know what I mean? His lack of fighting, you know, the high caliber fighters. You know what I mean? He's just trying to dismiss his skills, trying to play him down. Do you know what I mean? Trying to sun him, trying to little bro him. You know what I mean? Hrgovic was just playing on that like, I'm the more experienced guy. Listen, I've had a very tough upbringing. You know, nothing was given to me. I had to fight for everything that I got. You know what I mean? I had to go through bricks to get to where I am right now. While in the meantime, this kid who was born in Slovakia came to Britain. He's been given everything. You know what I mean? He's been marketed, promoted well. He's been fast-tracked all the way to the top. He hasn't faced the same adversities that I had to face, yeah, to get to where I am. That is what Hrgovic was playing. And I think that's a good position to play. I think that's going to motivate him. I think he's got that, you know, underdog tag about him, like, do you know what I mean? And that's really going to push him to really go hard. And that makes life very dangerous for Moses Itauma because he's the favorite. Let's keep it real. Amongst the boxing fans, he's the favorite. He's the prospect. He's the future of the heavyweight division. Do you know what I mean? They're looking to him to carry the sport for the next decade. He's the one everyone's talking about becoming undisputed. So for Moses Itauma, there's a lot of pressure on the kid at 21 years old. But I'll also say this, Itauma showed great maturity as well. I felt like, you know what, coming from a 21-year-old, I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But he handled himself very well. He held his own, even though Hrgovic was trying to sun him the whole time. But I think Itauma held his own during that face-off. I would say the pressure's on Moses Itauma more than Hrgovic. You know, Hrgovic, he's the underdog. He's 34. A lot of people are not expecting him to win. Even though he has to win, I think for Hrgovic, for me personally, like the motivations are there. He has to win. He's got everything. You know, he's got the skills to win this fight. You know what I mean? It might not be enough, but he's got enough to win this fight against Moses Itauma. And at 34 years of age, he's not going to get many chances, man. He's not going to get many chances. He does it now or it might never happen for Hrgovic. For Itauma, even though he has the pressure, yeah, but I think that because he's only 21, is his first ever title fight. Even if he was to lose, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. People are going to say, look, he didn't have the experience. He's 21, he's still developing. That was the first ever high caliber fighter, top 10 ranked fighter that he's faced. So they're going to make up excuses for Moses Itauma if he does end up losing the fight. So he'll still have a bright future. He's got the skills. He's going to mature. He's going to grow into the body. He's going to only get better and better. And when you think of the fighters that are going out of the game, Usyk, AJ, Fury, so many of these other great fighters are going out at the end of their careers. Trust me, Moses Itauma will eventually win a world title. You know what I mean? Because he's got another 15, 18 years left in the sport, barring any injuries. You know what I mean? So he's good. For Hrgovic, listen, man, he's now or never, man. But the pressure here is on for both fighters. And both guys have different motivations to win these fights. So listen, I wish them all the best. I really enjoyed this face-off. For me, it's one of the best ones I've seen so far. But look, my final conclusion, who comes out with a psychological edge? I would say Filip Hrgovic, man. I think Filip Hrgovic conducts himself really well in this face-off. And he also impressed me with his English. I didn't think that Filip Hrgovic can speak this level of English and actually articulate himself so well where you can clearly hear every single word and you understand what he's trying to say. You know, I thought you have some type of more of a harsher, broken English. You struggle to get some of the words out. Nah, but I understood clearly everything that he said. His message came across, communicated really well. So for me, yeah, psychologically, Filip Hrgovic, I think he just about got under the skin of Moses Itauma, man. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people, man. Let me know what you thought about that, face-off. Let me know who you think came out on top, in terms of the psychological battle, psychological warfare, you know what I mean? Because that's what boxing is all about. It's not just about the physical, but yeah, I want to hear, your thoughts and opinions in the comments, my people. Let me know, drop it down, and let's have that chat. Let's have that debate in the comments, my people. Thank you so much for watching. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please smash the likes, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're watching on mobile, hype up the channel, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.